guess I'm live. Hello, Fenn folk. Um, I'm going to do some videos. I didn't really plan this. I don't plan these videos. I know I'm going to go through the book and give my thoughts and ask my questions to you out there. Um, I already have my answers. I just want to know what y'all think. I promise I'll get better at this. Still not very good at live talk. But all right, let's go through the preface. See what I think about that. I don't know if I'm even allowed to read this. I guess it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. I don't know. Sometimes. Anyway, yeah. Let's go. All the stories that mingle among these pages are as true to history as one man can bridge out that truth. Considering the fact that one of my natural instincts is to embellish a little. How much is a little? Don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. What do you think? It's a natural instinct to embellish. I gotta start looking at the camera. Nevertheless, the story about my treasure chest is true. Okay, we all think it's a 10 by 10, 12th century box, bronze box. But he said my. What is his treasure chest? Good question. And if it doesn't stir your spirit, then I hope at least it brings a smile in one of your dreams. What are your dreams? You answer that. I'm not going to give you any of my answers. So, at least not at the moment. What if you don't smile in your dreams? How do you know if you're smiling in your dreams? You're not looking at yourself. It's just a dream. And please don't fret too much if some of the things I say don't appeal to you. If you don't like it, don't read it. Just like this video, I am totally green. Yep. Instead, keep in mind that the temperament of the country was different in the 1930s. What about the 40s? What about the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? Every decade is different. We have different lingo. We have different lots of things. They're just not ringing right now, but um, some things I like to do when I'm reading is read it in different accents. Like when I was a tyke, read it. One of the things I read it as is a child learning to talk. Tyke could be trike. I don't know. I didn't write the book. This is just my interpretation and the questions I have. Um, I'm probably gonna butcher this, but it's either English or Australian. Tyke. I don't know. I apologize. I am completely winging this. And hamburgers were a nickel. If it will bother you to read that I shot meadowlarks so he could eat, him and his family could eat, why would that bother you? Unless meadowlarks has an ulterior definition. Maybe it's a meadow lark. What's lark? What does that mean? Can you lark in a meadow? If that bothers you, don't continue to read. That's what he says. Said he shot meadowlarks more than once. Candor demands that I admit to being as proud of it today as my father was of me then, when I was 8. I think that vowels can be interchangeable. Candor. Change the A to an O and you got condor. Is that something? Is that nothing? You tell me. Right down there in the comments, this thing over here that people leave stuff in. Leave something there. Please overlook my slight penchant for provocation and realize that all of us are environmentalists to some degree. What degree? What's an environmentalist? a list? Environmental list? I don't know. And then he says, and me more than most. My church is in the mountains and along the river bottoms where dreams and fantasies alike go to play. Reminds me of Disneyland. What's it remind you of? Where dreams and fantasies alike go to play. What's his church? A while back, people were talking about Slough Creek. Where I'm from, the slough is, well, yeah, it's the river bottoms. I don't know. Varied are the many roads I've traveled to reach my 80 years, and not all have been paved with smiles and accolades. There's a I believe that there has to be a balance in life. You have to have the bad in order to appreciate the good. Because if it's good all the time, it loses its luster. You become entitled. If you don't fail, you can't win. Without failure, there is no learning. Yeah, we'll go with that. If to be content has been my goal, then I've been successful my share of the time. Content with what? That, that's an, it could be anything. Anything. It could be, I was content with this drink. Could be. I lost my place. Give me a second. That's not to boast about all that happened along the way. So there's probably some stories that he's not going to tell. I wouldn't tell. We all have to have privacy. I get it. Do you? Gaining experience wasn't always peaceful, especially during his early years of anxiety. What were his anxious triggers? What set him off? What calmed him down? There's questions I have. Why is he anxious? I tend to use some words that aren't in the dictionary and others that are. I bend a little. Nobody is 100% honest. Nobody is 100% good. There's a yin and yang to everything, up and a down and in and an out. My only goal in this endeavor is to talk about a few of my life experiences, and if any readers over the age of 12 don't see a little of themselves in this mirror. What mirror? Is it this book? Is this book supposed to be a mirror? Is it reflecting Forrest? Is it reflecting me? Is it reflecting you? I don't know. Maybe someday I'll know. It's not today. In this mirror. Is he reflecting? Does he mean himself with the stories in this book? That could be. This book is my 9th in 26 years. 26 years of casually recounting the things I enjoy most. So that tells me that he's enjoy. What's the definition of a joy? His books have to write themselves, or he struggles. What does that mean? Why does he struggle? Is it writer's block? Is it the drink? Is he another thing that could be anything? Maybe he's trying to write and he's got to take a piss. I don't know. Is it in that moment or not? He said this one wrote itself. This one did. That's all I'm going to cover today. I'm not going to have a schedule. I'm going to go on when I want to go on, or whatever I feel like. I'm not going to have a certain day, not going to have a certain time. I could go live at 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Yeah. But my first question, before I even read the book, what doesn't he say? That's a tough question. What don't he say? Possibilities, again, are endless. maybe someone will watch this sometime, and hopefully you make it to the end, because I know I pause a lot. I like to think before I speak instead of just ramble on. I just want to do it right. So bear with me. See you again sometime.